Rewatchers Council is back on a Friday. Little angel talk with yours truly, Senor Snark, and also Councilman in good standing. Ferris Mathana. Ferris, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Rob. So
Well,
excited.
like as you should be. What a wonderful, uh, enthralling episode of Angel we have to talk about this week. Now, uh,
Hmm.
we're talking about that old gang of mine, maybe a little tongue in cheek for the opening little bit here.
Hmm.
Original air date October 8th, 2001. Written, unfortunately, this time by Tim Minear. The last one he wrote was Through the Looking Glass, and one part of the trio of eps that ended last season. And Fred Keller directed this one. He directed Over the Rainbow. And again, I believe Over the Rainbow was the one that actually started the whole Pylea trilogy at the end of last season. So, let's get into the special guest star alerts here. First, we should acknowledge Khalil Kane, who played Geo. I'm imagining he probably did as well as he could have, considering what he had to work with here. He was in Juice, of course. Maybe I don't know if Juice would be before your time. Of course, it was out before you, but I don't know if you've
I
ever
watched Juice.
back to that. Yeah.
It was before I was born, but I watched Juice.
Yeah, he was in that and a movie called Renaissance Man before he was in Angel. He'd go on to do a bunch of episodes of all your favorites there afterwards. Ferris, he did FBI, Elementary, Person of Interest, CSI Miami, the regular old CSI, I guess too. I want to make note though that I think it was like almost right after this episode. He goes on and does a movie called Bones, uh, which is the Snoop Dogg vampire movie. For God's sake, Snoop Dogg had a vampire movie.
I know Khalil Kane from being Darnell Wilkes from Girlfriends.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Now,
Girlfriend.
we also have to, of course, acknowledge Jared Crawford as Rondell and Matthew James as Merle, both of whom appear for the last time. Now, about this episode. Let's be honest, of course, it's not good. And if you don't trust me, don't want to believe me, how about the guy who wrote it? Tim Minear says he absolutely loathed the script. It was his weakest by far, and he's had some doozies. He's had very good episodes, but he's had a couple that he's just mailed in.
I know Tim Minear is the guy who co-created 911.
Sure. And oh boy, I do not like those particular programs. I know it's right up your alley. Procedural stuff or
I
whatever.
stopped watching 911
And
when they killed Peter Krause. I was like, wait, I
they
don't.
killed that
What
guy.
are we doing?
Good,
What are
good
we
for
doing?
well, lucky for him. Lucky for Pete, he got out of it.
He didn't
Uh,
want to get out of it. That's
oh, what? Really? Oh, I guess a
he
paycheck.
didn't agree with it. He's like, what?
Yeah. Then there's the Nashville one.
I
Which
like the
is the other
Nashville
one?
one.
Which is the other one they had? There was another one.
Lone
Lone
Star.
Star. Lone Star. With Rob Lowe in it. Oh, they should have called it Low and Star.
I actually quite enjoyed that one. There's a couple of storylines that I really liked in
I,
that.
I just don't see how people. My wife would watch these programs as well, and
You're so snobby, Rob. You're so
it's not
snobby.
a
What do
snob
you watch?
thing.
What do you watch? What do you watch? Because
I watch Angel and Buffy, and that's it. That's all I can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, he's gonna throw also Fred Keller under the bus in this one. He says maybe if it was filmed differently and that the direction is unfocused in this episode, both of which might be true. It's
Yo, he
definitely
straight up said, "Yo,
unfocused.
this movie, they just, yo, what an a hole."
Yes, this isn't a good look, Mr. Minear.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So, anyways, you want to just okay? We're not going to spend too much time on this episode. Why would I want to spend time on an episode where you kill Merle before the credits? How dare they? How dare they?
See, here's the
Merle's
thing,
one
Rob.
of the
Here's the
best
thing, Rob.
characters on the show.
Here's the thing, Rob. I forgot, right?
Yeah.
And then when they killed him, I'm like, oh, it's this episode. And I got very upset.
Yeah.
Because Merle should have been one of those. He like,
There was no reason for this. It does. This doesn't pay off in any way. The whole time it's like Gunn forgets that he's friends with demons throughout the whole thing. It's like, well, he forgets about gray areas. He forgets everything just because of this crew that he used to be in. By the way, Geo comes over from Miami to join this crew because somehow this neighborhood crew of homeless kids that gathered together to fight off a vampire horde to save themselves is a national movement, and they have them in Miami. They have them all over the place. And this guy,
This would make sense.
homeless guy,
Here's the thing, Rob.
travels over to LA to go do it
Here's the
again.
thing, Rob.
Yeah.
I would understand this if this was the modern time where you can easily connect with people over like telephone and internet.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yep.
But this was 2001, where
Also, these kids are homeless.
yeah,
They don't have a
you've
home.
lost the plot. They've lost the plot.
Yeah, they keep talking about, oh, you've lost the mission. You lost the mission. No, these guys this whole story just lost it. It lost it.
Yeah, because Merle should have survived. Merle should have been that.
Merle
Like
should have
Merle,
been the guy.
Merle, like he's a little, slimy. He's a little squirmy. He should be that. He should be that dude in every story that just finds a way to survive.
Yeah.
And everyone be fine. And he should have, because it was nonsense, man. It was nonsense. They probably didn't want
gold from Merle's green guts. That's for sure.
They probably just didn't want to pay that actor anymore.
Maybe he's getting a little too big for his britches.
Maybe.
No, he's going to go on to do Silent Bob and Jane Silent Bob Strike Back here in a second. That's a little bit part as Shaggy, for God's sakes. But yeah, I can't think of anything else he was in. So yeah, it was just Merle for me. He's just Merle. Why would you want to get rid of Merle here? That's all. It's so upsetting. Now, there's this whole thing about having to get Fred out. Got to get Fred out. She's never gone out yet. They're saying this because this was actually supposed to be the second episode. It got switched around. So it's the third episode. She was already out. She was over at Cordelia's place. Previous episode, Ferris. So yes, that did make sense. And why would you take a girl? Okay. Why in the world would you take a lady who's being a little agoraphobic? Sure. She's scared of outside places. You know what I mean? Why would you take her to a bar, B, a bar where she's made to sing in front of people, and why would, if she has all these panics and stuff like that, would she actually do it? Now, picking Crazy, is a little fun touch. I thought, it's like, sure, it's maybe a little on the nose, but it's a fun thing for Fred to do. But could you have imagined Fred just doing that 15 minutes before?
I don't understand. Here's the thing, Rob. I don't understand.
Why would Cordelia want to go there?
Why make the decision? I don't understand the decisions to swap episodes. I never understood that. Like there has always been like a big problem with like Star Wars, the Clone Wars, where like there's release date scheduled, and there's like a different way to watch it on like Reddit, like Star Wars Reddit. They're like, oh no, you don't actually watch it from episode 1 to episode 100. That's not how you're supposed to watch it. You're actually supposed to watch episode 1 and 2. Then you fly over to season 3. Then you go back to season 1. Then you go and then you watch it from season 1 all the way to the end. And then you hop back to season 3. Then you go back to season 2. Same thing with X-Men, the animated series back in the day, where they weren't in order, and then people had to complain to Disney that you got to put them in order because this is bullshit. What are we doing?
Well, famously, they're going to do it to Firefly as well, like the other Whedon show that comes in after Angel. So, yeah, they never learned their lesson about any of that. So, and it's fine. They're at Caritas. And of course, they're at Caritas in the beginning when they're just talking with Merle, and they have to stress again, oh yeah, there's no demonic violence allowed in Caritas. I didn't know it was, before. They were just saying there's no violence allowed. They're saying they have to stress the demonic so they can get the story across here. Here's another deal. So, Gunn's going down. He's talked to his buddies and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that again. Then they have this Geo guy, who's one of the worst characters ever on the show, uh, talking about monsters. That like, how many times can you hear him pause on monsters without wanting to rip your hair out? Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
how did these guys get so many guns?
It's
They're
America.
packing Uzis.
It's America.
Oh, is that it?
It's America.
They saved up enough, stamps or something like that sent
Yeah,
away for
it's
it, and you get your
it's
crate, your Uzi crate.
it's America, man. You can get it real easy.
And it had to be cheap because these guys don't have jobs. They're supposed to have, the mission is supposed to be saving the neighborhood, not doing this for hire. You know what I mean? Anyways, uh, yeah. So yeah, so there's this whole thing where Gunn's now conflicted, and he's gonna find an arrowhead at Merle's place because he's noticed it that he's noticed Geo's arrowheads
Mhm.
because it's pretty ornate. These arrowheads. How is he getting these arrowheads? Like how do they have a smithy? Is he also like a part-time blacksmith over at this homeless camp that they got there in L.A. that nobody seems to. Well, obviously no one ever seems to notice anything in L.A. It's fine,
Mhm.
but it's a very ornate, very particular looking arrowhead for something to go. Oh, I know where this is. Well, we got to do it in this year where you get the whole argument over the mission where Rondell's lost the mission and stuff like that. But whatever. So Angel, is doing his own thing. He's eventually comes out where everyone's gonna crash the bar at Caritas. They're gonna start killing demons there. They know that Gunn is there somehow, even though they couldn't see him before and stuff like that. They bring him out, and they're gonna see which side he's on. They're gonna let Cordelia go. She's gonna run to Angel. Just like, well, I know what to do. I know the exact people that set up this spell for Lorne for Caritas. I don't know how this would have happened, and Lorne
Mhm.
has never mentioned this before. But these ladies, the Furies, are going to show up again and stuff like that. Maybe the most enjoyable part of this entire episode is just having them say every time Angel's name would you go, ooh, Angel. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was fun. Like the stuff with Cordelia and them was good. The rest, So they're gonna go and uh, back into this bar here into Caritas. They're gonna start killing a few demons. There's a couple of demons that are just sitting there trying to mind their own business. One guy starts praying. For God's sakes, a demon starts praying to God here. Uh, you know,
Everyone finds religion when they're about to die.
I guess so. The one guy says, "Buddy, he ain't listening." And I think that's about true. But Geo knows what this weird-looking red-faced monster does. Turns out this guy's in there. Usually, he's eating children. He's a kid eater. He
That's
doesn't. He doesn't deny it. In fact, he starts going on and on and on, and he starts talking. And this is a thing that's going to happen a couple times in this episode, where one guy just keeps talking while other stuff is going on, and they keep talking. Like you're splitting your focus here between what's this guy saying, what's this
Mhm.
guy saying. At this point, Gunn has taken this shotgun. Nobody else is gonna draw on Gunn for some reason, and there's kind of a Mexican stand-up going. I don't know why he just doesn't, shoot Geo. It was probably impolite to shoot a human being as another human being. Okay, I get it, but why does he shoot the red demon guy for no reason? Like the guy's just talking, talking. He says, "Oh, shut up, shut up," and shoots the red guy. It's a choice I just don't see Gunn making in any other episode of this entire show. You know what I mean? that to actually just shoot the guy to kill him, like not just shoot into the roof or something like that, just to get everybody to shove. Those kind of things I could see Gunn do, but to him just to shoot this guy who's talking here in Caritas, where this guy can't do anything, is something that it's just something I can't see Gunn ever trying to do. I guess I can put it at that. Anyways, Cordy's been talking to these Furies. Eventually, it looks like he gets them to like they want something from Angel, something only an Angel is equipped to give them. You know what I mean, Ferris? So maybe what I guess you could say is Angel knew these fairies or these Furies, probably before he met those gypsies. If you know what I mean. In the late 1800s, I guess it was early 1900s there.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean, he met them a little bit before that. But yeah, Cordelia promised, oh, sure, I guess Angel will have to do what he has to do. So the spell goes. Now it's time to fight. All right. Why does nobody go after Geo? Like no, like why is Gunn just not go straight for Geo to start fighting?
Punch him in the face.
He just stands like Geo just stands there, and this is another time. There's all these stuff going on, people making rackets, and then Geo's just going on and on about how these guys, you guys just aren't my crew, and he's all this baloney. Meanwhile, the praying guy head cracks open, and out comes this huge insect-looking demon again, famous on these kind of shows, the Buffyverse. Bites his head off. Okay, so that's a satisfying part. That was a satisfying end. But then Rondell goes by, shoots him like 10 times or something like that. And that's how the scene ends. The scene ends, and then you see everybody just walking out of Caritas, like all of Gunn's buddies just walking out with their guns. Everything is fine. No one's shivering that they just saw a human being's head get bitten off. They're all fine with this.
Well,
They've
seen head bites. They've
the
seen
whole head.
They've seen it. They've seen it.
It's a whole
It's not like it's not like something they haven't seen before.
You think you get to a point where you've seen one person's head get bitten completely off by a insect demon. You've seen 1,000 of them.
Yeah, man.
Commonplace. That becomes a common thing to see.
Yes.
Anyways, at the end here, Gunn is gonna have a talk with Wesley. Wesley's gonna give him the lowdown. It's like, you do any of this ridiculous stuff again and keep things from you and steal evidence, you're fired. I don't know if they actually pay Gunn. They keep saying, he's, it's part of the job and stuff like that, but where's the money coming from? I imagine that they've run out of that money that they got from that tech billionaire by now. It's a big hotel.
Where is he? Where is the guy? Where is that? He showed up, then he left.
He's probably got his Dungeons and Dragons folks. Maybe.
You realize he can't get Cordelia, so he dipped.
That's a whole thing, I think, as well. Is like she put the whole kibosh on this. I think she had a real struggle with that. She was like, you know what? If I got it, I got it. Like she was that close. Cordy. But she kept her dignity. Why? A lot of other ladies might, marry a tech billionaire, no matter how gross they consider him. Mm-hmm. So, we've seen it 1,000 times. Now, here comes the end part. Gunn has a talk with Angel. While this fight was going on, he had to talk about how Angel's a monster and how he could never trust him and blah, 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 blah. So now he's going to go out to him and says, Angel, buddy, I didn't mean a damn thing, I said in there. And Angel says, nope, you did. And that's fine. And you know what? No one. It's like I hope we're gonna get to a point. We're at a point where we can trust each other. And says, I'll know when to trust you when it comes time, and you kill me. I just think in my head, then you'll never know if you trusted him or not. Because if it comes time, you're dead. You're not gonna think about.
Hmm.
Oh, at least Gunn trusts me now. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, this whole episode didn't make sense. We tried to do a little
Tim
speed
Minear
run.
didn't even make sense. He said
It,
this episode made sense, and he
the
wrote the
writer,
episode.
the writer and co-producer of the show wants to back away from this old gang, that old gang of mine, for goodness sakes. So we did a little speed run here. We tried to do it as quick as we could. Take you to the top points. We got there. R.I.P. Geo. I'm so glad you will never be on this program again. And Rondell, especially after Wesley gives him gives him a little guilt trip. It's like, I hope your shot just makes it quick because I remember last time I got shot, I was saving you, for God's sakes. And then Rondell was like, well, yeah, that's true. You know, should have had that. Should have had that under your heart. Rondell should have said something about it. Did not do it.
Hmm.
One thing I will say is next time it's going to be Carpe Noctem, Ferris. Seize the night, I believe, in Latin. It's another Freaky Friday-ish body swapping thing that they love to do in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. We'll talk about it next time we talk Angel on the Rewatchers Council. Buddy, we made it. We made it through. I think we're better for it.
No, we're
Ferris, why
not.
don't? Oh,
No, we're
okay,
not.
fair. No,
No, we are not.
we're never getting those
We've
44
lost.
minutes back.
We've lost a piece of ourselves after watching this episode.
There was Lorne. Lorne was in it.
I love Lorne. Big
Yeah,
fan of Lorne,
Lorne
but
was
a piece
good.
of me died
Yeah, sure. And
because
we
they
got to
also
hear.
killed Merle.
I was almost through this
Hmm.
without thinking about his green exploded body.
Hmm.
Uh, and Angel brought donuts.
I don't like
What
it
are you gonna
that.
do?
Well, why does this stuff have to be green? Just because he has green skin doesn't mean his blood's green. Why's it got to be green? Green.
Oh, you mean your blood isn't pale
Exactly. My blood's
blood?
not brown. It's not
Yeah.
like brown. It's red.
If it was, I would highly suggest you see a physician. There is something quite wrong with you, as you well know. Now, what are you going to be up to here on the old Let's Get Ready Network affairs? There's a bunch of things going on.
Yeah. Currently on our sister channel, we're having a watch along of Cabo Verde versus Argentina, and I think at 5 o'clock we're going to do an episode of Good Friends Better Rivals Part 3 of our 4-part series on the fall of the Cowboys dynasty. It's Part 3 coming up.
Hmm.
Uh, we're almost done, so be on the lookout for that one. And that's pretty much it.
All right, we're going to be back a couple weeks to do some more Rewatchers Councils live. Of
Mhm.
course, if you're watching, listening to this in the future, just go to the next one. It'll be there. We'll
Mhm.
be talking to Angel again. Well, maybe a little more in depth with the next one. It's a better episode than this. All right, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you all. And in the words of Geo, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you all again next time.